And we are back with another KATcast. And this time it's all about snow, because we got bombarded with it this weekend.
Winter has pretty much taken over the whole country. If you are not in a cold/snow ice area, count your blessings, man. Because at the time we're recording this, it's wicked cold all over the country.
Absolutely.
Some places worse than others.
Yeah.
But, you know.
What was that? It got to I think I saw -7, and then there was for sure a wind chill, so who knows how cold it actually got.
Remember when we had that 70-plus degree Christmas here in Missouri?
Yeah, and we were saying,
time for
enjoy
us to pay.
because it's going to change, man.
We haven't had a white Christmas in forever, I feel like. It's been a minute.
Oh,
since
it's been a, hot minute.
I feel like it always rains. It's always like you're scooping up rain.
See,
it's not the same.
You know, it's funny. We were talking before we got on here that snow is different when you're an adult. When you're a kid, you love it. Oh, we're going to be off school. We're going to go sledding and blah, blah, blah.
It's the time you wake up early before, no kid wants to go to school.
Right.
So it's the time where you're 5:30 a.m. peeled at the screen and you're sitting there at least back in the day, mine was R1. I was looking for Boonville R1 district to be closed. I'm like, come on.
That's it,
and
man.
Sure enough, it would go across the screen. Yes!
Yeah. Those were the days,
That
man.
was back when we actually got to have a snow day, kids.
Yeah.
There was no log on do schoolwork. No.
See,
you had
home learning or whatever they call it,
snow day.
And that's the thing now, even when kids do have snow days, they might have this online learning still. And it's like,
True.
if you're
It's
going to
so
have
unfair.
the day off, take the day off.
and listen, the teachers don't want it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the only one that has off is the school bus drivers.
And
That's
let's
it.
be real, a child at home, there's too many distractions at home.
Exactly.
They want to play with their toys. They want TV.
Yeah.
Their brother and sister are annoying them or something,
I grew up in New Jersey in the suburbs of Philadelphia, and it's a very, very populated area, So there were so many schools. There was no way they could say school districts individually. So counties were given numbers. So we were like Gloucester County, New Jersey. Our school district was 811. So that's what we always listened for. So we'd hear the radio station and say, okay, and we had to wait through, in Burlington County and blah, blah, blah. So they finally, Gloucester County, here we go. And we're 811. 801, 802, 804, 807, 809, 810, 812. No, don't skip 811. So why do we have school? So.
You had the superintendent that had the elevated truck with chains on his tire. Well, I made it.
We had somebody like that. Yeah,
you did.
I can get everybody into school, no problem.
Yeah, for us it was Jefferson City Public Schools. So, if one was off, we were all off. So all you had to do is listen for that.
And a lot of times the parochial schools will listen to what the public schools are doing.
Oh, yeah.
So, if the public schools say we're off, Catholic schools like, your kids are off too. So there you go.
Sure. And as a kid, it's so great because like you said, it's like snow day. So you're thinking of snowball fights. You're thinking of all the sledding you're going to be doing and all this. Hot chocolates, just not having any schoolwork is great. It's different as an adult though.
Yeah.
As an adult, it's like, all that snow that's on my driveway. Well, Dad used to do that. Now it's me.
You're the one, man.
Now I'm the one shoveling everything.
Yep. I'll tell you, I was very glad when my son became a teenager, even when he was like 12, 11, 12 years old. Because at that point, I was like, hey, John, come on now. You're going to help me shovel. Because, at the time, we had a house on a cul-de-sac. And so take the shovel out. So between the two of us, we were able to do it. It wasn't too bad. But if you're doing that by yourself, man, that is, and depending on your health situation, that's a heart attack waiting to happen too.
Oh yeah.
But just as an adult, okay, number one, the thing you have to deal with too, what a lot of parents do. Okay, the kids are off, but guess what? You still have to go into work.
Yep.
It isn't like they're listing the business. There isn't like they're listing the company closings on the radio.
I know.
And ABC company is closed today. And no.
And then you have a handful of kids that you're like, so now what am I supposed to do? And then if it's like bad outside, and you're like, so do I bring my kids to what?
Bring them,
like, what
bring them to work with you.
Do I bring them to work? All right, a baby and two young kids. A lot of work's gonna get done.
Oh my God.
It's just. You got to think about things like that. It's different as an adult. And again, I've shoveled the past couple winters. That's just been insane. I've learned my lesson though. So this year, I got all the salt. I salted my entire driveway and everything before any of the snow hit. So I was like, I am trying to shovel as little.
It was a very adult thing of him to do, Aaron.
It was.
I was just like, look, I've done too many like hour-long shoveling sessions that I'm like, it's not going to happen this time.
So last year, the husband got injured on the job on my birthday. And so then it was a knee injury, tore his ACL and MCL. So, he was out of commission for quite some time. And we had a lot of snow in February. So I did all the shoveling. I found myself slid down our driveway more than once. Like, I am terrible at this. I got it done.
Right down her derriere.
Yeah. But he felt so bad about it, and I felt bad that he felt bad. I'm like, it's got to get done.
Somebody's got to do it.
I'm doing it. But when it snowed this time, and he was like all bundled up, he was like, all right, see you in a little bit. I was like, yes.
We heard from our handyman the other day. Apparently, my wife said he had called and said, hey, do you guys want me to shovel your area? Because I have a driveway right now that is iced over.
Oh, yeah.
And it's an incline going up, so I can't get the car out. So I'm parked in front of the house instead right now. But I said, nah, it's going to warm up, and I don't want to spend $100 because that's probably what it would have cost us, for everything. Now I'm thinking, you dope, you probably should have had him do it. So, but now, we're going to get enough sunshine over the next couple of days. I'm thinking probably it's going to melt it, and I can use it.
We have a neighbor that's got, like a snowblower, right?
Yeah.
Which is great because those things are just,
yeah.
I mean, forget about it.
That's what I used on our driveway, man. Because this was the light, fluffy snow that we got, which is great. I mean, it's awful for trying to make a snowman or something.
Yeah.
There's no moisture to it. But it's like talcum powder.
Oh,
you can just blow it away like crazy.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like the one person that has this in our neighborhood, and it's like, but every neighbor expects, maybe he'll do my house. And like, yeah, but at the same time, I'd be like, get your own something else.
How far down am I going to go? End of the street? Like,
I didn't buy this.
Where do I draw the line here?
To do everyone in the neighborhood. I did this to make my life easier.
Hey, did Jordan do your house? No, he did mine. Wait a minute.
No, I need one of those. I don't have one.
Oh, they're great. They're great.
And I picked up a hilly cold. So
I know.
Apologies.
Let me just tell you this. Here's the thing with me and snow, and I've said this for years. I'm no fan of it anymore, okay? I used to love it when I was a kid. Obviously, as all kids do. But I went to college near Buffalo, New York, okay, which is famous for historic snowfalls. I spent 4 years in New Hampshire, which every day in the winter it snowed. I don't mean like, we might get some snow tomorrow. No, every day it snowed, okay? So I always say I got my life's quota of snow during those years. So snow holds no fascination for me. It can snow on Christmas Eve, be beautiful, and then be gone by December 26th. I'm perfectly happy. That's good.
I do love snow, but that's if I don't have to go anywhere.
Right.
If it happens during the work week and we have to come to work, it's not as much fun.
It's not.
No way.
But, if it's a weekend where you can curl up and read a book or just be
hot chocolate,
cozy, have something in the crock pot, then I'm all for it.
100%,
Yeah.
Okay. I also I liked playing in the snow a lot more when I was a kid.
Right.
And the reason why, I recently was playing with the snow with my kids, when you get snow down your back, even when you're bundled up, and you can't get warm again until you're in the house. And even when you're in the house, and then you're like numb, you get that weird tingling sensation.
Sure.
I can't stand
even
that.
As a kid, you think about it because there's snow there. Oh, we're gonna go out and play in the snow. Okay, go ahead. You get all bundled up. You got your snowsuit or whatever. As a kid, okay, and then you go out. But guess what? You get wet. Your feet.
Yes.
And sometimes we'd go out and we were out there my parents spent longer preparing us to go out in the snow than we spent in the snow. 10 minutes and we're coming
crying.
Okay, take it all off. And my hands, they're all numb and I can't, that cold feeling you get on your fingers and they get little bumps.
You almost feel like they're pulsing.
They're hurting.
You can feel the blood flow.
Yeah, it's like here. Let me pour some. Let me put them next to the heat. My head. Okay, you're gonna be fine. Just relax.
I used to do that. Speaking of which, growing up too, when there was snow, real cold day, the heat would be coming up out of the vent. I would get a blanket before school and like a little tent over that thing. nice and warm.
Oh, inside, in the house.
And then my dad be kicking me on the floor, be like, "We gotta go to school." I'm like, "It's warm, man. I want to get up."
I got my own little tent here. You know, we're talking about the winter and this incredible storm that is ravaging the country. I mean, it started I think I saw out in Utah or something, and all the way to us here in Missouri, and then down south, Nashville. Had record-setting snow.
Mm-hmm. Didn't Texas get some snow too?
Texas got
ice?
some, I believe. Yeah. That's the thing. Down south, it was more ice.
There's ice,
and
a lot of ice.
But they've got 500,000 people without power.
Yeah. Oh man,
It's
I kept seeing videos of on people just sliding and crashing or going off the road. It's just it's nuts. I saw there's this one video of this trooper. He was just sitting there you could hear him on the radio. He goes, "Yep, got another one that slid off the road." It's they were so used to it happening. You know.
A number of years ago, the truck I used to have, I drove off, I was right near the radio station too, which was crazy. A different location where the station is now from where we broadcast now, but it was a different one. But anyway, I go off the side of the road and right into a ditch. So the right side of my truck is facing like this. Ain't no way I was getting out of there. Even putting it in four-wheel drive, it wasn't going to work. Okay. So I call these people, and it's a tow thing, and they put the winch on it and everything like that. They pulled it out, pull it out, and I took a video of the whole thing, right? My grandson, at the time, he was maybe 3 years old. He thought that was the most magical thing in the world. Because plus he had this fascination with trucks anyway at that point, construction vehicles and whatnot. And he's they're pulling your truck. I go, I know. Isn't this amazing? That was, for him, that was the ultimate, man.
So I'll tell you, there was one time me and my buddy we were one time skipping rocks. Long story short, he ended up not skipping the rock. It threw a rock into a van. It crashed a windshield. And we had to pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we got in trouble for that, and we had a snowpocalypse. That was years and years ago, where we had 17 inches of snow. It was something insane. And anyway, my dad,
around 2010, wasn't it, or something like that?
Maybe that, 2005,
something
maybe something
crazy,
like that.
Okay.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
It was ice and tons of snow, and my dad's car just completely buried. I mean, you'd walk outside, we were in chest deep snow.
Right.
It was crazy.
Right.
And so you're sitting there. I remember helping my dad. Basically, I unstuck his car, helped bury treasure my dad's vehicle out, and he was like, "Consider your debt paid." So it was awesome.
Nice?
Yeah, it was so nice. Again, my friend's the one that hit the car with the rock. I'll still stand by it to this day. It wasn't me. I was just caught up in the middle of it.
It might have been Jordan.
Oh, your dad is checking in right now, Jordan. Hello, Jordan's dad.
Well, I have another incident too. So I went to college at CMU, and me and my wife, before she was my wife, we just got back from somewhere and we parked, and there's kind of an incline. There's a lot of inclines in Fayette, so around the school to park. Well, when there's ice and snow, so we got out of the car, and then all of a sudden we looked back and we heard something. Well, her car slid, hit another car, and then it started a chain reaction. All these cars started.
Man.
They all started sliding
It's
down.
like dominoes.
And so they kind of were all like this. So we just kind of got back in our car and we're like, we're going to go somewhere else. Wasn't us?
Wow.
It did. It just started a domino effect. These cars kind of just ever so slightly we started to kind of slide, and we were like, well, they all stopped. None of them are out in the middle of the road, at least.
Oh, that's terrible.
We lived in outside Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. This was I think about 95. There was a snowpocalypse, and I'm telling you, it was so big. You were saying covered the cars. It literally covered the cars. I mean, from the floor to the roof.
It was nuts.
So, and we were on street parking at that time, but you didn't necessarily park next to your house. You parked on whatever spot. It was more of a urban setting or whatever.
Sure.
So after the snow is gone, we're like, okay, let's go out to the car. We don't know where we parked. So I'm going up with a broom and clearing it. Look in the car. Nope, that's not it. Okay, next one. Clear the car.
Because you don't know what.
No, that's not it. I'm looking to see inside the car, and I finally found ours. That's insane.
That snowpocalypse was. We used to, back in the day, we had a little Chihuahua. Her name was Sadie. It's just small little dog. And so we opened up the door and he had a snowdrift. I mean, it was just, snow. You're not going out here. Sadie was just like, I gotta pee.
Yeah.
Go?
Yeah.
Well, that same thing I just told you. That snow, it was actually blocking our back door we used to go in and out of. I mean, it was literally a wall of snow. I can't open the door, So
we did that in our house just this past weekend. We couldn't the window, we were like, it was getting a little hot because our boiler was just constantly on. It was so cold. So we're like, let's open the window. It was frozen shut. There was so much frost. I was like, I'm going to break our window.
Growing up, there were times that we had so much snow, we would have to wait for Dad to get on the tractor to plow us out. Because, we lived out in the middle of nowhere.
Handy to have, man. Yeah. And that's the thing. If you're in a situation where, you don't have a plow, one of your neighbors does, most popular guy in the neighborhood,
No
man.
doubt.
Especially if you're on like a non-county or you know what I mean? One of those owned roads.
I mean, we were a gravel road. We were a county road, but
you got to wait for them.
We were in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Nobody was coming.
Well,
and
gravel,
we knew that.
Ain't nobody coming to save you.
Good luck driving on frozen gravel. It's impossible. You're not going anywhere. It's a solid sheet of ice.
Oh my God!
Makes you wonder. It's like, how do those kids get the sky? I imagine they don't. They don't.
Dad, he would always take ashes, from our big furnace. We had a big wood burning furnace, so he would get buckets of ash, and that's what he'd put on the hills and stuff to kind of give you traction. Plus, also kind of
does that
melt.
work? Is it sort of like kitty litter? People use kitty litter for
Plus, also kind of start to kind of melt. That down as well.
Okay. That's ingenious. Little ash.
We ran out of we have salt for our water softener. That's in the water softener now, so we can't use that anymore. But we ran out of, not this storm, but the last snow that we got. We ran out of like the regular sprinkle salt sort of thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take some Morton salt and just start putting, some like from
Billy's
a salt
out there with
shaker.
a grinder, Himalayan pink salt.
I made that joke. Remember,
We're making margaritas too, by the way.
I was like, let's get some sea salt out there. I'm just
season up the old driveway.
I got a nice brine on my
Gonna taste real good later.
That's great.
When it warms up, grill some steaks on that.
Come on over later. We're gonna have margaritas. We got steaks. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. You have any snow stories for us? How you doing, by the way? Where are you if you're not in the area locally? If in Missouri or mid Missouri, where are you watching or listening from? And tell us how things are for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've got 2 large dogs, and they love the snow. But of course, I mean, it's been crazy cold. So I'll go outside with them, and I'm just like,
you have to wait with them until they do their stuff. Right?
Can you hurry up? No. Now's not the time to play. Please don't chase your sister. Hey,
we're not out here to play.
Yeah, and it's just like, do your business. Just do your business, and let's go inside.
You're like, I don't have fur like you do.
And then the old lady of the house, Gemma, she'll be 10 next month.
Right.
She has very much got a routine. She'll come in. She lets me dry her off.
Yep.
Like, lets me get her paws dried. Whereas Magnus, wild man, he wants me to chase him,
of course,
around the living room.
You gotta catch me.
And I'm like, don't you shake, don't shake. And he's in the living room. I'm like, no.
Our old lady, she's 16 now. Molly, she's half blind. She's a Yorkie, Chihuahua Yorkie. I mentioned her before. We inherited her from my late father-in-law, who passed away last June, and she's never really had to deal with snow because she was always like in his arms and had a safe place. You know what I mean? She wasn't really ever like outside, that sort of thing. So now she has to deal with the elements.
Oof.
So we'll put her out there where the dogs go. On the deck, we have an area set up for them. But it's all snow and ice and everything. Tried to clear it out as best we can. She's freaking out from it. She's like, I don't know what this is. What kind of hellscape is this?
Well, yeah, if she's not used to it, this would be awful for her.
No, exactly.
She's probably wondering what in the world's going on.
So she's like sort of slipping around there, and then she does her squat. Oh, she's peeing. Okay. And but sometimes she's not peeing because, again, it's messed with her head, I think. Mm-hmm. So we bring her in the house, and guess what she does in the house? There's that carpet I know.
Yeah.
So...
Well, it's probably cold, not used to it. Like, what is this?
So Hammy, meanwhile, he's an old pro at it. I'll lift my leg on anything. I don't care.
It's
on
so
Aaron's
cold.
Foot,
Yeah, exactly. It's so cold. I mean, you just walk outside and it's just like you can't think of anything.
Right.
It's just...
it just hits you, man.
Yeah. It's like it's hard to breathe. You can't think. It's just, thank you.
It's wicked cold.
I had to replace the cameras outside because they went dead. Or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like just dreading being out there, just even for a second.
Yeah.
It's like you're Jack Nicholson.
So you have to bring it in and charge it for a while. Is it one of those deals?
We have little rechargeable lithium batteries.
Oh, so you're using batteries.
Yeah, we use little batteries in our blink cameras or whatever. And we've got our fortress of solitude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But so we
fortress of solitude.
But we saw
Kal-El over here.
huge hoof prints, and I was like, we're like debating because our cameras died. We didn't see what kind of animal it was. So I was like, these are not deer hoofs. These were massive. I mean, I went outside and stepped. I mean, it was
like
about
a moose or something.
No, it couldn't have been a moose. I don't think Missouri had. I think it was an elk. I mean, I'm like, dude, does Missouri even have elk?
I'm
Turns
not
out
going to
we
tell you
do.
they don't. We don't. You
I
know?
looked it up.
Yeah.
They do. They reintroduced elk in Missouri back in like 2011. There's like 300 herds or something.
So you can't hunt them.
I don't think so. I don't think they allow elk hunting. But
How do you tell an elk from a deer, though? Really,
they're bigger. They're way bigger.
Are they really?
But I mean,
Yeah.
these hoof prints were. I mean, I stepped out in the snow. It was almost as big as my foot. That's why I was
Wow.
like, this is not a deer hoof. It's huge.
It's Sasquatch.
But we didn't get it on camera because they died. So I was like, it can't be a deer. I mean, I'm serious. The hoof was huge.
Well, that's just it. If they come through once, there's a good chance they'll come through again.
I think so. But I mean, there were
especially
just,
if something's attracting them.
yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know, but I haven't seen those kind of check. And I've seen, and there were like deer hoof prints, but this was something else.
Yeah.
By the way, just as an aside, and you may be a person that doesn't need this reminder, so just let it pass. But if you have pets outside, they need to come in. When it's this
Very
cold,
it's
we're
real
talking
cold.
0, near 0, 10 degrees, that kind of thing. They need to come in the house, okay? Don't leave, please. And I know, oh, well, they have fur. They're fun. They love it. No. You wouldn't love it. And, and look, I'm a furry guy, okay? I wouldn't love it. But seriously, your animals need to come in the house.
Growing up, my dad was very much you have animals to work on the farm.
Yeah.
And I had a cat, and we also had a dog. And when it got super cold like this, even old Dale would be like, put him in the basement.
There you
I
go.
mean,
You know what I mean?
There you go.
Or the garage. Anything
Follow
to just
Dale's
get them out of
example,
that
okay?
Yeah.
environment. They don't need to be in sub-zero
And then
heat.
I'd be
Be
like,
like Dale.
then I'd be
okay?
like, but Dad, the cattle. He's like, they're fine.
I'm not going that far.
It's
They'll
look,
figure it out.
If you got a husky, that's one thing because they live in like minus whatever degrees.
Right,
but like
right.
not every dog's like that.
No, exactly. Hey, shoot us an email, will you? It's catcountry@mailzimmer.com. Let us know what you're thinking, what you're up to, ideas for the podcast or whatever. We'd love to hear from you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And certainly be sure to subscribe as well, wherever you're watching it from or listening from or whatever. Find a subscribe button wherever it is, and make sure you always know when we have another KATcast out here, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, because
Sounds good.
it drops ideally every Wednesday, unless we don't get around to it. Then, but that's a whole nother thing.
We
Another
try.
ball of
We're
wax.
we're pretty consistent though.
We
We
do
try
are.
to drop
We
it.
do
on
try. We
Wednesdays.
all went out to lunch today, and we're like, we're gonna have to get that KATcast done when we go back.
That's
By
right.
the way, it's Aaron's birthday today.
Yay! Happy birthday, Aaron!
It's not a big one. It's funny because, everyone's like, oh my gosh, so is it a big one? I'm like, it's 48. No, not really.
You're still
Not-
on this.
not a biggin'.
You're still on the side of the grass.
that's
That
always
makes it a big one.
positive.
Okay.
It's always a positive.
Yes, and how perfect that it connected to our podcast.
It's perfect.
The KATcast.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll take it.
There you go. Thanks. For
I got a free lunch out of it. So yeah.
Exactly. Thanks for being a part of this latest Cat Country KATcast.